What's happening, boxing? What's happening, YouTube? And about that boxing, we are in here today and we are going to discuss the recent face-off on DAZN between Devin the Dream Haney and Ryan Garcia. Man, before we get into this, man, I would like to thank the people that have been subscribing to the channel and hitting those notifications and showing your love. I appreciate it with the support on the Cash App. If you haven't been doing that, man, get your ass in line and start doing it. Go on and hit that like button, hit that subscribe, get those notifications so you know when I'm releasing content. Let's get into it. So Devin and Ryan Garcia face off on DAZN. This face off was so damn cordial. But who won this face off? First, let's talk about it. Ryan Garcia is a trip, man. I'm gonna start it off like that. He's a trip, man. He would say things and then like backpedal and, oh yeah, you right. Like, come on, Ryan. Do you have a brain to just stick to something and just, no, that's what it is. I said that's what it is, that's what it is. This dude must be honest, because he definitely, when Devin corrected him, he would go back and be like, oh yeah, you was right. Yeah. About multiple things during this face-off. They talked about everything from their fights in the amateurs, and Ryan saying that there was one where, he beat Devin's ass, and Devin's like, you ain't never beat my ass. So this is what I'm talking about. Ryan would go back and then say, oh yeah, this happened, or and in his mind, he's allowed to think he beat Devin's ass. He's allowed to think that, to me. But it's just the fact that just multiple times throughout this whole entire face-off that Ryan is constantly correcting himself. Both of these guys, in my opinion, they're chuckling it up and they're laughing, and it wasn't a bad like face-off as far as for, the casual fans, but hardcore fans, I'm sure, were turned off by a lot of this banter. I think a lot of it is because these guys are really friends. I think they're still friends. I think that they're trying to get each other psyched up and get themselves psyched up to fight their friend. Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like they're even trying to pick little fights with each other to make each other mad at each other. I'm just being real with y'all, man. You can't make it up. Their body language completely suggests it. The way that they respond and talk to each other, is you could tell that and Devin said, yeah, they've been rivals since they were like 10 years old, and they used to go out and hang out and everything since they were kids. They went to the circus together and all kind of stuff that Devin said. But I guess what I'm trying to get at is that you can see it. These guys are still friends. And if they are picking these little fights to try to psych each other up, more power to them, because you're going to need that if you're really fighting somebody that you consider a friend, somebody that you probably don't want to super hurt. They got to psych themselves up. That's just what it looks like to me. Y'all know I'm a Devin fan, but I call everything how I see it. And to me, it just looks like these guys were good friends, probably still are friends, but they gotta sell the fight, man. They gotta sell the fight. Who I think won the face-off is Devin. I think it's just because he corrected Ryan so many times and pretty much stood on everything that he was saying. He was really the only one to try to throw any shade in the game on Ryan severely. I mean, Ryan did crack a joke about, he can't fight Devin's style because, Devin does a jab, move. It would bore him. He said he has to get right to the action. And Devin said that's his downfall, is that that's how he thinks. He thinks he has to get right to the action. So I just see it like this. These are two guys that if they're not friends still, they want to be friends still. They look like they still have conversations that would be the same conversation that I would have with one of the homies that we just don't agree on a certain aspect of life. Like Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. Like, it's like two homies arguing that who's better. You know what I'm saying? That's how Devin and Ryan, that's how this whole face-off looked. The host decided to call them out on their face-off at the Super Bowl, and they said that, it wasn't staged. they said that basically they just wanted to go do a face-off, kind of a fan-friendly face-off, and then it got out of hand. That's what they're trying to claim. But it's just, I don't know. It still seems a little set up. Still seems a little set up to me. That's what I got to say. But as far as the face-off, I feel like I said, Devin won it. Both of these guys, man, really talking. You could tell they're still young, man, but they talking, like, to me, it was like clearly 9th grade, 10th grade, early high school conversation. That's how it felt as far as like the points that were being made, and just the way they were going back and forth with each other was they're friends, bro. I don't know. It just feels like it to me. They're friends. They're probably going to go out to eat after the fight and everything. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that you could see it though. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I just thought that they just look like some friends that might have even got into an argument. All right, we gonna settle this in the ring, but for a whole bunch of money. But to me, it seems like this fight was built up over time, and they asked why Ryan didn't fight Devin back when he was his mandatory, and he said, I already had plans. We had already talked, and basically that I had plans of the way I wanted to move. So, it wasn't a duck. I just had the way that I wanted to do things, and I had already told y'all I was going to fight Devin last. And he did say that. I remember an interview where he said he was going to fight Devin last, because he said that Devin was the most dangerous Tank Shakur and Devin. So they said Devin was the most dangerous. That's from Ryan Garcia, I should say. That's what he said. So, it just looked like I said, two friends that's bickering. That's what this looked like. It didn't look like Margarito and Miguel Cotto. You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao and Margarito, and like when they used to do those face-offs. And the thing is that because it's not, these guys really did not like each other. They really was against each other. They really was opposition, especially after dude had patted his hands and Margarito had did the old plaster in the hand wrap job. You know what I'm saying? They really didn't like each other. Then Manny didn't like him for that reason. And, he basically said, he was going to avenge Miguel Cotto, and he did it in a major way. So those are real face-offs. You go back and watch those. Go watch some Floyd Mayweather face-offs. Go watch some between some opposition, and you'll see what I mean by you could tell these guys are still friends. You could tell these guys have a long history together. They both probably have dirt on each other that they could really, really say if they really wanted to, because they know each other that well. So this is just two friends that are going to fight each other. The fight is going to be legit. Ryan, I believe, really wants to prove himself and say, look, it's almost like when you get into a fight with your brother, you got an older brother or whatever, and y'all don't say y'all only 2 years apart. Y'all relatively close in age. And as you get older, you keep trying to prove yourself to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gonna wrestle, y'all gonna do certain things. Then one day the little brother might get the upper hand. He might get the upper hand one day. Now the big brother got an extra prove and come back later on in something else. And it ain't like y'all gonna try to kill each other, but I gotta win though. So it could be basketball, wrestling, track, swimming, whatever we gonna do. I'm gonna be the best all the time. And that's how a big brother usually feel. And then the little brother, he feel like he got to keep proving himself. And I feel in this situation that Ryan became the little brother. I think Ryan was the big brother at first because he had more experience. Devin clearly admitted he had more experience than him. And, and Ryan clearly admitted that people thought Devin was a joke at the gym. And Devin didn't really deny it. He didn't deny it. So these dudes know each other. You know what I'm saying? Know each other. And he said, but Ryan was already fighting in the amateurs and going out and doing things when Devin was just a kid in the gym, as he said. I was just a kid in the gym hitting the bags and going through the motions. And then once I got me some experience, I started beating his ass, easy. Easy work. That's how Devin was trying to make it sound. So Devin said that he feels he's pretty much light years ahead of Ryan in the boxing game as far as technique and experience because of the opponents faced and everything. Ryan cracked his normal joke. He done said this already once before. Wouldn't it be funny if I knocked you out with a left hook or whatever? And Devin's looking like how would that be funny to me? You know what I'm saying? Which makes sense, you know, Ryan. But Ryan, I know what Ryan was saying. Wouldn't it be funny, or wouldn't it just be ironic if I knocked you out like that? You know, and of course, Dev is never going to admit anything that has to do with him getting knocked out. What boxer does? So Devin says there's no chance. Ryan's going back and forth with him. Oh man, there's a chance. Come on now, just be real. You know it's a chance. And so it was just like I said, man, it was like big brother, little brother, two cousins, or just two friends that are at odds because they have to be right now. They're opponents. They are, as Devin said, rivals. They've been rivals even though they're friends. They've been rivals since they were kids, because your best friend could be your rival. A lot of people are like that, where their best friend is the dude, like damn, like I said, they go play golf or tennis or football or whatever they play, and it's always like, I gotta win. They friends to the end. They'll go out to eat, kick it, go get girls together, all kind of stuff. But when it comes down to it in the end, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to any one-on-one situations, then I gotta be right. My guy that I pick in the fight gotta be the better guy. You know what I'm saying? My NBA player and my team is better than every other team on the planet. That's how they get when they are opposing each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that looked like to me. This just looks like, I said, two friends, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me know who y'all think won, if y'all think anybody won. And be sure to like, subscribe, hit them notifications, man. I'll be back with another one and about that boxing.